This is one of my favorite parts of getting that bowl of figuring out what the hey we're doing with the play, of actually getting the designers in on the game and getting to hear what they're working on, what they're thinking about, some of their creative, cool ideas, ensuring that we're all working towards the same unified vision. And let's face it, pretty things to look at. Love it.
The trees are very distinctive in the type of environment that this is in. And they're a little bit weird looking. And part of the thing I really like about that is that vertical line. And I know that Mike's talked to you a lot about symbolism, and he talked to us about that too. And one of the things I wanted to do is try and create that line in a tree shape without creating just trees. So
excited to have some really fun textures and things like that to play with. It's going to be a real joy. And of course, a lot of the moment-to-moment life will depend on what you guys are giving, because my job is to highlight and pinpoint. So I look forward to being a part of your process.
There's a definite difference between the country world and the city world. And if you know anything about history, there is actually extremely different looks in Russia. The people that were a little educated or lived in the city tried to look more European, and the people who lived in the country tried to, well, they didn't try, they were Russian. So they looked Russian.
So we get from this very bare, minimalistic, this is what a theater should look like, no scenery, just a stage and a curtain and no wings, and then we get all this stuff and all this world, and things are so much more complicated, right? And things are so different than they were in the beginning. So I'm hoping that this environment grows a little bit as all of your characters grow.
So I think that the background of the play and the sky and the world of the play will always sort of obviously symbolically reflect what's going on in the minds of certain characters. So we may play with that background breathing and changing in a way that we wouldn't necessarily do if we were being 100% realistic.
So once again, hopefully it's little punches in the costumes to help kind of punch your way in your direction. Doran, big contrast. This is a lot more worldly. So you're probably going to be the only one who is actually totally in a nice, spiffy, turn-of-the-century outfit. You are the older playboy. And a little more stable. He'll change a couple of times. You're set. You have the look down. You got this. You obviously have the posture. You have the stance. And so you're practiced. Let them come to you. And I don't know, am I right? You're kind of. I mean, you could be chasing somebody, but you're not really. Yeah. I'll go. Okay. Well,
He's the Hugh Hefner. He doesn't have to chase anyone. They just come to him.
They come to you. And